In 2019, Busch Gardens Tampa announced Iron Gwazi, an RMC hyper hybrid. While it did take till 2022 to open, it opened to rave reviews. It was so good that some people called it the best coaster in the world, and in today's review, I'll be seeing if this is really the case. As you approach the ride and before you can get on it, the first thing you'll notice is that it's meant to look intimidating with how the supports are structured, and it does a good job at that. I personally got my two rides in the back and second to back rows, so I can't speak for the forces in the front, but I did get a good idea of the forces in the back. And before you can head up the lift hill, there's a little pre-lift section that has a little bit of laterals. While it is fun, it is pretty forgettable. You head up the very steep lift hill and slow down at the top of it. I understand why they had to do this, as to not tear the track apart and to minimize forces that would be too extreme for most riders, but it would still be awesome if they didn't. You then head down your 206-foot, 91-degree beyond vertical drop. It gives some great airtime in the back. You then pretty quickly after the drop turn up into an outward banked airtime hill. I personally love the off-axis airtime this gives you. You get a great 3 to 4 seconds of airtime from when you bank outwards to when you twist to the ground. Pretty quickly after that, you turn up into the element that's called the death roll. It's officially called a barrel roll down drop, but it's basically just a barrel roll angled downwards. This moment has some insane whippiness to it. It might not be for all riders, but I personally love it. From here on out, most of these elements only have 1 to 2 seconds between them and the next one. This rapid fire style might not be for everyone, but personally, I love it. The next element after the death roll is this overbanked turn. The only notable part of this is that on the transition out of it, you somehow get some airtime because of how it's profiled. You then go into an outer banked wave turn. This provides some awesome ejector airtime sideways. This is also one of the first things to greet riders when they approach the entrance to Iron Gwazi, so it also looks nice. There's then an airtime hill into another wave turn, both of which providing some good ejector airtime. This is immediately followed up by a 0G stall. While this sort of provides a break from the elements, it doesn't really because it gives good hang time. It's definitely a bit different from the rest of the ride, but it still doesn't feel too out of place. You then take an outward bank step up, providing some good airtime, then turn up into these two bunny hop-like elements, both of which providing good ejector airtime. After that, the ride turns into its final big drop, which provides some great ejector airtime, some of the best on the ride, then it turns into the brakes. As is a theme with other RMCs, it flies into the brakes pretty quickly, especially since you're going so fast. And now that we've gone through the layout, let's go through the pros and cons. The first pro is Iron Gwazi's insane pacing, which is the second best out of any RMC, only behind Zadra at Energylandia in Poland. That, paired with the ride's second pro, the pretty extreme forces you get, leads to a ride that tries to rip your face off in a good way. Some of the best elements on Iron Gwazi both mix the great forces along with the pacing very well, such as the barrel roll down drop. There are two main cons I'd like to point out about the ride, and that's this loose article policy and the slow operations. As for the loose article policy, I understand they don't want stuff flying out of people's pockets or to slow down the operations, but they still have a pouch between your legs. Ideally, this pouch would be used for items such as phones, keys, wallets, etc., but it's not used because they have metal detectors in place. The operations on this ride are pretty slow, especially since there's no loose articles. But anyways, my third pro is that there's no true dead elements. Every single element seems to have some sort of force. As I went through in the layout overview earlier, every element seems to have one of airtime, hang time, or whip. And the final pro I'd like to go over is the quantity of these elements. While the ride flies through its course, making it feel kind of short, that doesn't take away from the quality of them. So, what would I rate Iron Gwazi? I'd give it a 10 out of 10. It's an amazing ride that I think has very few flaws. It is my number one out of the 103 coasters I've ridden, ahead of Airy Force One at Fun Spot America Atlanta. This is because the ride itself has no true flaws. The way it's managed is a flaw, but that doesn't take away from the ride experience. So, what do you think of Iron Gwazi if you've ridden it? Feel free to share your opinion down in the comment section below. If you enjoyed my review, liking, sharing, and or subscribing would help my channel out greatly. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.